Good day, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Amarachuku, a medical practitioner, and in this channel, we are going to unlock our brain for financial abundance. So, we are going to be dealing with all the things we are confused of about ourselves. Yes, and what is happening in our lives. For that reason, I want to ask a question, an important one at that. Have you ever wondered, or at any point in your life, ask yourself this question: why do I behave the way I do? Why is it that all the time, if I want to do something, I feel scared? Why do I feel depressed each time I want to do something different or take an action, a big step in my life? Why do I feel nervous? Why do I do the way I do? Why do I decide or take decisions the way I do? Have you ever wondered what is making you to think the way you do, behave the way you do? Please, if you have, please put it on the comment section. Say yes. Yes, I have felt this way in my life. Just comment, yes, I have felt this way, or I have asked myself several questions which I got confused of. So today, don't worry, I am here for you because I'm going to debunk all those confusion today. I'm going to tell you the reason why you behave the way you do, why you act the way you do. Today, don't worry, I'm going to debunk it. Yes. Today, I'm going to be treating two things that happen in our brain that is responsible for everything about us. The way we think, behave, and everything generally about us. What am I talking about? I'm talking about neuroscience. Maybe some of us have heard about it and we don't even understand it. The word is too bogus, and we don't know what is neuroscience. You might have heard about neurons or your brain, and okay, you might say, yes, it's related to science of brain and everything. But today I'm going to tell you why it's important that you know about neuroscience and know what is really happening in your brain. Yes, it will help you to rewind yourself, rewind your brain for abundance, for generational wealth. Yes. Neuroscience can be defined as a scientific study of nervous system focusing on brain structure. You can see it focuses on brain structure, function, development, and disorder. Yes, it investigates how components like neurons and their network interact to produce thoughts, emotions, behavior, and essential body function. Neuroscience incorporates knowledge from biology, chemistry, psychology, and the more to understand the complexity of brain and nervous system. You can see it deals with different fields. It's interwoven with different fields to help you to debunk what is really happening in our brain and nervous system. Now we will talk about neuroscience psychology or behavioral neuroscience. Then neuroscience psychology or behavioral neuroscience can be defined as a field that bridges the gap between neuroscience, the study of nervous system, and psychology, which is the study of mind and behavior. It aims at understanding the biological and physical underpinnings of mental processes and behaviors. This interdisciplinary approach provides a more complete picture. It provides a more complete picture of how the mind works, and combining the tools of neuroscience to observe the brain directly with the psychological concept of behavior and mental processes. Isn't it huge? It is, right? Let us now debunk the key aspects of neuroscience psychology. Number one is that it focuses on the brain and behavior. That is, it investigates how neuronal pathways, brain chemicals, and hormones affect psychological phenomena. Secondly, biological bias of mental processes. So the neuroscience psychology also explains how processes like memory, emotion, consciousness are tied to brain activities. You can see it really explains how memory, the process like memory, emotion, and consciousness. Yes, you being conscious. Consciousness are tied to the brain activities, what is happening inside your brain. That is why we say brain coordinates everything around you, everything about you. So it's better you study your brain very well so that you will know those things that you are doing, you don't want to do them, or those things you call bad luck, how to unwind your brain so that you can desist from those things that are hindering you, and now embrace the things that will make you succeed in life. The third one is that it helps us to understand and treat disorders. For those in a psychological field that deals with people that are having mental challenges, yes, this aspect of science also help in understanding the whole process of the brain and the how to treat disorder. It offers valuable insights for diagnosing and treating neurological and psychiatric conditions by revealing the biological factors involved. Because if you don't know what causes the disorder, there is no how you are going to treat it in the first place. You first of all diagnose yourself to know the actual cause of whatever that you are having in order to manage it properly. Researchers use techniques to observe and measure the nervous system to correlate it with behavioral and psychological variables. It draws the various fields, including biology, chemistry, computer science, and the medicine, to understand the nervous system and its connection to the mind. So why is this important? It is very vital for you to learn all these things that I'm teaching you today. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe and follow me for more videos, because I'm going to be dishing out those things that we are scared of, those things that make us to behave the way we do, those things that make us to think that we can never be wealthy in life, those things that coordinate whatever we do, those things that confuses us. Today we are going to debunk that. So why is it important that we know everything about neuroscience, neuroscience of psychology, and the neuroplasticity? Number one is that it will give you a more comprehensive view of what is fueling the actions that we take. It allows psychologists to go beyond observing behavior to understanding its underlying biological causes. So it will, if you're a psychologist, it will still help you to go beyond thinking about the behavioral attitude of that person to understanding its underlying biological causes. It improves treatment by understanding the neurobiological basis of mental health issues. Clinicians can develop and refine more effective treatment plan. Yes, when they understand the neurobiological basis of this mental disorder, it will now help them, the clinicians, to develop and they refine more effective treatment plan for their patients. So this video is just for everybody, and especially those that are in this field, that are managing all the people that are having mental issue as well. So it will help them to understand quite well, and they know where they are coming from and they how to manage this thing effectively. By understanding the neuroscience and psychology, we are going to dive into neuroplasticity. What is neuroplasticity? Neuroplasticity is the brain long life ability to recognize its structure, functions, and the connections in response to experiences, learning, or injury. This constant rewiring allows the brain to adapt, learn from new memories, and recover from injuries by creating new pathways or modifying existing ones. How this neuroplasticity work? So, the process of neuroplasticity involves several key mechanisms. Number one, we have synaptoneogenesis. What is synaptoneogenesis? It's the formation of a new synapses, that is the connections between neurons. Then the second one is strengthening of synapses. When a neuronal pathway is frequently used, the connections between the neurons becomes stronger and the more efficient. We say that number one is synaptic plasticity. So what is synaptic plasticity? It's a process of formation of neuroplasticity that is involving changes in the strengthening of the connections, that is synapses between the neurons. What are they doing in our brain? Number one, we have synaptoneogenesis, which is the formation of a new synapses, that is the connections between neurons. Secondly, we have a strengthening of synapses. When a neuronal pathway is frequently used, the connections between the neurons become stronger and the more efficient. Thirdly, we have synaptic pruning. When you prune the synapses, that is, unused or weak neuronal connections are eliminated to maintain a balanced and optimized brain function. Secondly, we have structural changes. Those are the mechanisms of neuroplasticity. What do I mean by structural changes? It provides structural changes. In this way, neuroplasticity can also involve physical changes to the brain, neuronal recognitions. The brain can recognize entire circuits and networks of neurons. Cortical remapping. The brain's map of its functions can be adjusted. That is what we mean cortical remapping. That is the brain's map of its function can be adjusted. Those are the mechanisms of this neuroplasticity. You can see it's very, very important in life for you to know what is actually happening in your life. Collateral sprouting. Those are the mechanisms of this neuroplasticity. It will bring about collateral sprouting. That is when the neurons are damaged. Other healthier neurons can grow new branches to make new connections and they take over the lost functions that the other ones that are damaged, those functions that the damaged ones that have been doing, those lost functions, these new ones that have rebranched themselves, grow themselves, will now take over those lost functions, thereby regenerating, thereby giving you a new neurons, fresh ones that will repair those ones that have damaged. So you might ask, why is this lady explaining all this? I want us to understand what is happening in our body, especially this brain of ours. What is happening in our brain? Why is this important? Neuroplasticity is essential for acquiring new informations and forming new memories. It also involves recovering from brain injuries. If you have brain injuries, neuroplasticity will help you to recover. It enables the brain to adapt and they restore functions lost after injuries like strokes or traumatic brain injuries. That is TBI. It also involves in skill acquisition. If you want to go and learn new skill to better your life, to be wealthy, to create a generational wealth, you need neuroplasticity. Is this neuroplasticity that is involved in skill acquisition? If you want to learn new language, to travel and to be able to communicate effectively with many people, different countries, different tribe, different languages, is this part of brain that is helping us to learn, to memorize, to unwind. That is why you can sit down today and they rewire your brain. You can see the reason why I've been saying in my previous video, it's better you rewire your brain for abundance. That is why this channel is very, very necessary if you really want to come out of all this fear, come out of financial mess, come out of financial struggle into financial abundance. Yes, move out of this scarcity that your brain is telling you, you can't make it. These people that are wealthy is because they live in this social country and they have been given opportunities and everything. Wherever you are, you can unwind and rewind your brain. You can reset that your mind. Yes, you can rewire your brain for abundance. You can sit down today and tell yourself, no, I will not be capitalizing on my flaws. Let me build from my flaws. Yes, I know that I have failed in this way, but I won't stop in this position. I will never allow myself to be depressed by anything, but I will take courage. I will rewire my brain for abundance. I can create generational wealth. If someone like Bill Gates are doing that, if someone like Mark Zuckerberg did that today and create a generational wealth, if someone like the owner of Tesla, yes, did it, that is Elon Musk, and build generational wealth, we can rewire our brain. We can come out of this our scarcity, this our fear, this our nervousness, and try to build our life for abundance. Yes, I will help everybody that wants to be helped now through this channel. That is why I said, if you have learned something new today, please comment on the comment section. Or if there are any aspect of your life that you are confused of, you are so scared to talk about, you don't know what is going on in your life, please do well to drop a comment in the comment section, because I will go to the comment section and know the next topic I'm going to treat, so that we can come out of this fear of taking bold steps to come out of our poverty, to come out of financial struggle, and build ourselves gradually. I know it's not going to be easy. It's a gradual process, and we are going to build ourselves for abundance. This neuroplasticity, back to our point, yes, you know I talk a lot, but it will help us. I want to encourage us. I want to build a community that will rewire their brain, that are ready to create a generational wealth for themselves, that will come out of this fear, that will be bold, that will sit down and read and think about how to better themselves for better tomorrow. Yes. Stop feeling depressed. Stop being drawn back. Hey, I cannot be able to do it. Oh, hey, I cannot be able to read this. Oh, hey, those people that are doing that, they are the people that went for so school. Say, they are the people that did this. They are the people that did that. Hey, it's only people in this. Who told you? Those ones that are making it where you are, did they have two brains? Did they have two skulls? Please, you have to bold it today. Come out and tell yourself, I can make it. If Mr. A made it, why can't I make it? Why can't I rewire my brain from that scarcity to abundance? This is everything that this channel is all about. Yes. Is this neuroplasticity that helps us to adapt to environment, our environment. Yes, that is the something that will help you when you travel out of this your stuck zone. Is this neuroplasticity that will help you wherever you travel to adapt very well. The brain uses neuroplasticity to adapt to new environments and changing circumstances. Like people that are living in Africa can travel to a Western world and adapt to their environment with time, start behaving like them. Some people will even start speaking like them. Is this neuroplasticity? So don't limit yourself by saying that, with my brain, I cannot be able to do this. I cannot be able to achieve this. You can achieve anything you put your mind to. So comment on the comment section and said, I will rewire my brain for abundance starting from today. Do you know that this neuroplasticity can be a double-edged sword? How? It can also be a double-edged sword because it depends on you how you rewire your brain. Are you rewiring your brain to end up being more depressed? Or are you using this neuroplasticity to have a beneficial abundance, to build a generational wealth. It can be a double-edged sword in the sense that it can bring positive outcomes or negative outcomes, depending on how you handle yourself, depending on how courageous you are, depending on how you stood up today and say enough is enough. Those that made it did not have two heads, and I'm having one. We all have one head, and we can rewire our brain for abundance. Then for the positive outcome is adaptive changes, foster skill acquisition and recovering from injuries. Are you ready to adapt for changes, foster skill acquisition? If you did not go to school, or even if you go to school, you can learn more things to make more income. Don't depend on that one salary you are getting. Yes, you can still learn more things. That is why I said I am multi-talented. I don't limit myself on this field alone. Yes, on my certificate, I don't base on that one alone. I sat down, rewire my brain, open my brain. This brain is elastic. Yes, it can accommodate many things. Yes, those that build AI, is it not this their brain that they use? Have you wondered how do they build this motor that is moving up and down? How do they build aircraft? How do they generate? How do they come about this phone that we are using? All this gadget, computer, and everything is in this brain. They rewire their brain. They begin to think beyond where they are. They take a long-term decision, and today, they are one of the richest in the whole world. They have created a wealth that their 100 generation cannot even finish. Can you start it today? If you can start creating that wealth today, if you can promise me that you will sit down and think about what you can do best, think about what you know how to do best. Even if you go to school, think out of your box. Don't depend on any salary. It's good to earn salary and be comfortable, but my dear, the world is evolving. We have AI to help you to dive into many things, to think and be exposed, to expose you to wider things that you can do and be wealthy and acquire wealth. What you can do today, what you can build today that will help you to gain passive income, even if when you are sleeping, you will be making money. It depends on the neuroplasticity, how you handle your own neuroplasticity. Yes, that is why I said it's better for us to know what is going on in our body, in our lives. What is prompting the decision we are taking? What is making us nervous? What is making us to be fear? What is making us to be naive? What is making us to be stuck, be stagnant in one place? You don't want to explore other things. You are afraid to explore. My dear, let us kill that fear today. Let us learn about ourselves so that we can suppress that fear, suppress it. That is, prompt yourself, challenge yourself. Challenge yourself for financial abundance. Yes. The negative outcome will come from maladaptive processes that can contribute to chronic pain, addiction, and other neurological and psychological conditions, like those that think that they are helping themselves by soaking themselves with alcohol, going through depression. Maybe you plan to buy a car this year, and this year is gradually coming to an end. You haven't achieved your goal, and you think that by taking the hard drugs, soaking yourself on alcohol will help you. My dear, it will not help you. Being addicted to drugs can never help you overcome your fears. Yes, you might feel excited all over the world. You might feel that you are on top of the world. Each time you take alcohol, you feel good. All your problems are being solved. But when that period passes away, when alcohol clears your eyes, you will see that you have created times two of that your problem. You will be depressed. Some people will say, I'm having hangover. This type of hangover, you are literally rewiring your neuroplasticity into negative outcome. Please let us come out of it. In summary, neuroplasticity is a fundamental properties of brain that highlights its dynamic nature. So it's because of neuroplasticity that you can sit down today and rewire your brain for abundance. Isn't it great? It is. By forming, modifying, and eliminating conditions or connections, the brain changes structurally and functionally in response to experiences and demands, making it a powerful tool for learning, adaptation, and the recovery. So I want everybody to recover themselves from that shackles, from that fear. Bring out yourself. If this video is beneficial to you, don't hesitate to comment, share, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this, for us to be aware of what is going on in our lives, so that we can be able to make a good decision for better tomorrow, for generational wealth, so that we can unlock our brain for financial freedom. Thank you for listening, and watch out for the next video, because the next video is going to tell us about this abundance that I'm talking about. It's going to be neuroscience of abundance. Yes. And in that next video, I'll be doing a giveaway. Yes, there is a book that I compiled that will help you to rewire yourself, to rewire your brain for abundance. If you follow it step by step, I will give out this book in my next video. So watch out for my next video. And always remember that this channel is made for unlocking your brain. Come out of that your fear, that's your depression. Because if you didn't do it, nobody can do it for you. Don't depend on others to make you happy. Always make yourself happy. Think out of box. Yes, think about what will help you to build a generational wealth. Don't limit yourself. Anything you focus on, you put your mind on, you will be able to achieve it. The only thing is that being fear, that fear that is drawing you back. Let us do this journey together and overcome all those fears. Thank you for listening.